What's going on, everybody? You have Tone here, back with another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. This time, bringing you guys the Team Builder and battle for Week 3 of the PBA Season Number 2, where this week we are taking on the LA Infernapes coach by KingSosa. His links will be in the description down below. Be sure to check him out, as well as all the other coaches taking part in the PBA. So, heading into this game, both of us are currently coming into this with a record of 2-0. So, one of us is going to be leaving this battle with an undefeated 3-0 record, and hopefully that team is us. Unfortunately, Sosa's team is not one to be taken lightly. He does have a myriad of threats to deal with. Landorus Darien with Terra, always a big threat in general, even without Terra. He has Walking Wake. Even though he doesn't have Sun, it's still a formidable Pokemon to deal with. And even stuff like Iron Leaves, Palmot, and even like more defensive backbone mons like Rotom Heat and Bronzong, even Deanty. It's a bit problematic for my team depending on the sets he decides to bring. But basically, I think the team that I ended up building for this matchup is pretty doggone good. I can't really complain about the sets and all that stuff, but yeah. What I'm really expecting, the Landorus to come, most likely Terra fighting, just to have a means of ensuring that Chandelures goes down. I feel like Bronzong was going to come just to deter like earthquakes and whatnot, and have some rocker. Potentially Iron Leaves could come, like booster energy speed, or even booster energy speed Walking Wake. Like one of those two I feel like it's going to come as well. Deanty could potentially come as a means of checking Chandelures if things get out of hand and his Bronzong gets chipped down. And then has stuff like Inteleon. Inteleon's a possibility just because it does outspeed my Cinderace and can like pressure stuff like my Hisuian Lilligant pre-Terra and all that stuff. I do have Vaporeon, so it could not come. And then Poltegeist is a bit iffy. I can see Poltegeist potentially coming even though it doesn't have Terra, but the main thing is I don't have a normal type on my team, and my dark type's a Chandelures, which doesn't want to be switching into attacks. Granted, that's exactly what I did against Rose, but regardless, the team I ended up building for this matchup, starting it off, the one and only Hisuian Lilligant. Third week in a row we are bringing this set. Close Combat Terra Blast, Victory Dance, Synthesis, Terra Ghost, for very straightforward set. We are clear Amulet though, just to ensure that the Landorus' Intimidate doesn't drop our attack. I didn't really feel a need to bring anything else because I can set up in front of the Landorus with clear Amulet. And yeah, Close Combat plus Terra Blast hits everything on his team neutrally, so I didn't really see a means of changing the status quo when it came to Hisuian Lilligant. So EVs are pretty straightforward. 144 EVs in speed with a Jolly Nature lets me guarantee outspeed Jolly Max Speed Landorus. Max HP for a maximum amount of bulk for Hisuian Lilligant, and the rest is just thrown into attack. Next up is the Cinderace with Libero, Heavy Duty Boots, Power Ball, Gunk Shot, U-Turn, and Will-O-Wisp. Will-O-Wisp is an interesting move here because it does allow me to cripple his physical attackers, stuff like Landorus if it's not Scarf, stuff like Iron Leaves, or even Palmot if that thing is out of hand, Skunk Tank if it's physical. So yeah, Will-O-Wisp has a lot of utility in this matchup, and everything else in this team on this set is pretty self-explanatory. Powerball just to do as much damage to his entire team. Gunk Shot gives me a means of hitting the Rotom Heat and the Walking Way for neutral damage, and then of course U-Turn is there for momentum purposes. With 176 EVs in speed with a Jolly Nature, I guarantee outspeed Walking Wake. The 116 attack investment is enough to guarantee to a KO max HP Rotom Heat with Gunk Shot after Cinderace changes into a poison type due to Libero, and the rest is thrown into HP for some added bulk to take hits better from stuff like Iron Leaves. Then we have the Orthworm with leftovers, Heavy Slam, Body's Press, Iron Defense, Stealth Rock. This is my Landorus check. I say check if only due to the fact that Landorus can just like U-turn out if he does have that. And I did say that Terra fighting is a thing, so he could be like SD, Terra Blast, or I think Brick Break or Hammer Arm, whatever the case may be. So yeah, it's a soft check if anything, but it does also give me a means of checking stuff like Iron Leaves. It would force it to bring like a fighting move. I can check the Bronzong to a lesser extent. I can Iron Defense boost alongside it if he's Iron Defense as well, and we can just like start trading off body presses, excuse me. And yeah, this is a very straightforward Orthworm set. Not much else to say about that. Heavy Slam puts body press. This gives me the best coverage against his team. Heavy Slam is typically there for the Diancie. And of course, this is going to be my Stealth Rocker to get the residual chip on his team. So that is the Orthworm. Then we have Choice Scarf Garchomp, finally bringing in a set that's not Stealth Rock or something of the like Stealth Rock Sword Stance. Scarf Chomp is nice just because it doesn't allow me to revenge kill Walking Wake if it's not like speed boosting photosynthesis. The same thing applies to Iron Leaves. It also gives me a mean of outspeeding stuff like Palmon, so I can Earthquake that before that thing can go for an Ice Punch. I can revenge kill stuff like Inteleon. But yeah, other than that, Garchomp is a very solid Pokemon. Nice revenge killer. Nothing much to say about that. Earthquake hits everything that's not Rotom or Landorus, Bronzong. Dragon Claw just gives me a means of hitting the... It just gives me a great neutral move in general against everything that's not Diancie and Bronzong. And it also gives me a way of revenge killing like Walking Wake guaranteed. Stone Edge is specifically there for the Rotom Heat and the Altaria, I guess. And then the last move is Crunch, which is specifically there just to give me a way of touching the Bronzong and getting also a chip on that thing. So yeah, very straightforward Garchomp set here. Enough speed for Landorus, max attack to do as much damage as possible, and the rest is thrown into HP. Then we have our Chien-Pao, a very straightforward SD3 attack set with Ice Spinner, Crunch, and Ice Shard. This is just my way of just getting my damage in, getting damage on stuff like Landorus. This outspeeds his entire team, barring Choice Scarfers, so just being able to have that immediate pressure against his more defensive mons is very, very nice to have. Other than that, though, this is just a very straightforward set. Ice Spinner give me the most damage against the Landorus pre-Terra, and even if it does Terra into a fighting type like I expected, I still get off a good chunk of damage with that. Ice Shard's there to revenge kill any potential Scarfers. I can also like pick off weaken Palmon if it tries to like Mach Punch before I go for try to pick me off with Mach Punch. I can Ice Shard if it's in range, and then of course Crunch is there for the Bronzong. Not Jolly Max speed, 136 EVs in speed. Let's me guarantee outspeed his fastest non-Scarf Pokemon, being Inteleon. Max attack to do as much damage as possible, and the rest is thrown into HP. And then lastly is our Assault Vest Electros with Discharge, Giga Drain, Dragon Pulse, and U-Turn. This just gives me a way of switching into stuff like Rotom Heat, a way of switching into Walking Wake. His special attackers in general, for the most part, this is my way of dealing with them. Again, this another like very straightforward set. Discharge just to get some damage off and potentially get some paras going. Giga Drain to get back health on someone like Landorus or the Inteleon or the Diancie. Dragon Pulse just gives me a move to hit the Walking Wake super effectively, as well as a means of doing more damage to Rotom Heat. And then of course U-Turn is there for momentum against stuff like Landorus. So the EVs, with 248 EVs in HP with 140 in special defense, with the Assault Vest, I guarantee avoid the 2 KO from a Timid Choice Specs, Walking Wake's Dragon Pulse after Stealth Rock, and the rest is thrown in special attack just to do some more damage with Electros. So yeah, a bit of a shorter team builder. Hopefully I can stick to these sorts of things. But yeah, with that out of the way, let's head on over to the battle. Alright guys, so here we are with the battle for week 3 of the PBA, taking on KingSosa and his LA Infernapes. This is a little bit different from what I was expecting. He did not bring Walking Wake, there is no Rotom, and he did not bring something else, no Diancie. So he brought Inteleon, he brought Skuntank, that's a bit of an annoyance. So I do have to potentially worry about Toxic Spikes and let the Palmon, oh my god, the Palmon. I think in hindsight though, I think my safest lead is still going to be the Electros. I'm slower than everything that's not Bronzong. So yeah, let's just do that. Let's just lock the rest of this in. I do have to worry potentially about not only Toxic Spikes, because I did swap out Glamora last minute for the Cinderace, and so yeah, I might have to worry about Toxic Spikes to start this game off. But in any case, good luck, have fun to Sosa, of course. Actually, let me just say Go have fun. There we go. Alright. So let's see. And okay, Inteleon. Perfect. I don't really I don't know what it is about shiny Inteleon. It just puts me off somewhat, but it's whatever. I could discharge pretty freely. Like if he goes Landers, I'm just going to U-turn afterwards. I could also Giga Drain too. He's probably just going to U-turn, I guess. But I could Giga Drain and U-turn into Cinderace. Or I could just U-turn right now. So let's just U-turn right now. Yep, he is going to U-turn. And he crit me turn 1. Okay, good start, good start. So let's see, what's he want to go out into now? Let's see. I can imagine either Landorus or Bronzong wanted to come out. It could also, it's Palmont. Okay, I'll take that. So I'm going to U-turn out myself. And, a part of me wants to go out into Garchomp, a part of me does not. But I think the safest play is to just go out into Cinderace. I essentially can Power Ball his entire team. I do not care about Landers intimidating me. I alternatively can also go for a Will-O-Wisp here. That's also not a bad idea. We see leftovers on the Palmon, so that's good information to note. Let me actually write this down. Leftovers. I don't want to make any mistake like the Sneasler thing from week 1. Nothing on this team really appreciates being burnt, to be perfectly honest. So let's just go for it. I'll Will-O-Wisp. He just want to withdraw. Ideally, Landorus comes out. Yes, okay. So if I'm able to snag a burn on Landorus, that would be fantastic. Intimidate me. Please hit. Let's go! Alright, so barring Lumberry. Alright, let's go. Alright. So this thing is burnt, which is good and at the same time meh. So let's see, a couple things I could do here. I could Power Ball right away. I could also U-turn. But yeah, this is fantastic for me. And the fact that the Palmont is not, I mean, I still have to worry about Revival Blessing, but still. This is so huge. I'm gonna Power Ball instead. I can't imagine him clicking Earthquake. Yeah, exactly. He's gonna get his rocks. That's okay. Totally okay with that. So this looks like an offensive. He's leftovers on this too. Alright, so let's put that as well. Leftovers. Okay. So yeah, getting the burn on this thing is fantastic. So what I can do now, I could Power Ball again. I also want to keep this Cinderace healthy for the Bronzong, so I'm just going to U-turn. I can U-turn into Earthworm. And I still get my Libero because I never actually changed my typing. That's so cool. That is so freaking cool. So yeah, this is my first time actually noticing that that's how Libero works. If you click a move that's the same type as you're typing already, Libero doesn't activate, so that's really freaking cool. I want to keep Electros healthy. His team is predominantly physical though, but I'll still make the Earthworm play. The only thing that can threaten me out is if he U-turns into Skuntank and clicks Fire Blast. So we see U-turn on this part. Yes, we do. I kind of wish I was Helmet. That was a crit. Oh yeah, well, it doesn't really make it. It doesn't really matter right now. So the fact that this is Rock Slanderous means that the Bronzong is a bit more of an issue now. it's a bit more of an issue, not gonna lie. Alright, so see lefties Lando, lefties Palmot. I don't know what the Inteleon is yet. The Palmot's gonna come out later. I think the main question is, do I care? A part of me does, and a part of me doesn't. Like, it can CC for free. So, like, do I get up my rocks here, or do I just go for the damage on Palmot, is the question. Because ideally, if I can get the damage onto this to put it in range of Chen Pao, that would be fine. I don't really need rocks, per se. Like, the chip is nice, but at the same time, weakening this for Chen Pao would be a lot more beneficial for me in the long run. So yeah, let's just go for body press. He's gonna CC here. There's no worry about that. So defense drop, and then I go for body press. I almost killed. A part of me wants to be aggro and go straight into Garchomp, but that's a bad play. So the thing is, do I let my Garchomp go? Do I let Orthworm go down here? Is the question. Because if I let Orthworm go down, I get the free switch into Chen Pao, and I can click Crunch, actually. Yeah, Crunch should definitely kill this. And there's no way he's gonna Ice Punch break my Garchomp. This is an interesting play. Like, I can revenge him no matter what, right? Yeah, I think that's fine. I think letting Orthworm go down is totally fine. As nice as it would have been to get up at least rocks, but I'll just let it go down. As much as I didn't want to. Like, I really wanted to go into Garchomp. Yeah, I'll just get this. So, Palmot, KOs, Orthworm with close combat. Right. So, one down. The main thing is if I'm able to get rid of this though, that's the main thing. So this does give me the free switch into Chen Pao. He can save this for Skunk Tank, whatever, but actually I just remembered this thing learns Mach Punch. I just remembered it learned Mach Punch. Right, it learns Mach Punch. Dumb me, I forgot about that. I forgot about that. It's a good thing I caught that now. It learns Mach Punch, idiot. Don't kill Chen Pao. He calls... Are you kidding me? You didn't have Mach Punch. Oh my god, come on, bro. I made that play because okay, I'm an idiot. Why didn't I just Ice Shard in that? Oh my god. I just let Garchomp take damage for no actual fucking reason. Help me, Lord. That was the dumbest thing I could have did. Why did I not just Ice Shard? I had the move there for a reason. Garchomp KOs. It has Mach Punch. Why did I play my Chen Pao like I didn't have a priority move to click? It was at -2 defense. Well, no revival blessing, so that's good. Why did I not just Ice Shard the fucking Palmot? Why did I act like I didn't have a priority move? Yeah, that was real dumb of me. Okay, so putting that aside now, does HP on this matter? No. Bronzon's gonna come out, though. And the fact that it did, and the fact that the Landers was already rocks, means that this has to be Iron Defense Body Press. It's the only thing that makes sense. So I'll make the hard play out into my Cinderace. Because Crunch isn't doing jack shit to this thing. He's gonna trick. What? Choice Band? A Toxic Orb. Okay. Why trick the Chomp, though? Imagine if I stayed in and he got a choke. No, then he would have just tricked Scarf into something else. That's not good for me. I mean, I could still switch up my moves, though. And my... Oh, man, you know... No. It's good. It's good. Let's just Pyro Ball. I'm not gonna Will-O-Wisp. There's no point. There, EQ, Richard. Damn. I could have EQ'd. I'm surprised he was willing to give me damage on this, though. I'm more surprised he's Toxic Orb. Like, huh? I see Trick, I'm thinking it's gonna be like choice, not choice, like... Okay, he gave me the Bronzong. Okay then, that's fine by me. Sure, Cinderace KOs Bronzong with Pyro Ball, we see Toxic Orb. Very, very interesting. I think the thing is he's gonna go Inteleon now. He's gonna go Inteleon for sure. Like, he has no reason not to. I could save this for a one-time, let me see, 355 divided by 4. 355 cut in half is 177. Yeah, 177. Cut that in half. So that's 88, I want to say. So yeah, I'll have 11 HP after another switch out of rocks. So let's go back into Electros. The win con is for him is definitely gonna be the Iron Leaves now. I'm thinking it's gonna be like Agility or something. I'm thinking it's gonna be like some Agility set, like SD Agility or something. Snapshots. That's fine. So barring a crit, he doesn't. Nah, I think he still kills me. I'm still gonna Giga Drain. Hey, I lived! And then I think I'm out of range of the next one, but he still has a chance to crit me. He still has a shot to crit me. This is definitely choice though. I can't, it's not Scarf though. I mean, it's not Specs though. If it was Specs, it should have killed. So let's Giga Drain again. Okay, he's not even choiced, so it doesn't even matter. He's not even I could E-Type actually. He's probably going to go in the Skunk Tank now. Yep. So yeah, I could have discharged or something, but that's fine. Aside from that though, alright guys, so unfortunately my side of the battle ended up crashing, so the rest of this video, unfortunately, it's going to be a post-com of our battle between me and Sosa. So Sosa was nice enough to give me his side of our battle here, so I'm just going to talk over what happened after the Giga Drain play on the Skunk Tank. So it's the same situation. We're up 5-4. I'm going to go for a discharge here. because so basically what happens, I'm going to click discharge here just to get some damage off on the skunk tank, just to ensure that stuff like my my Lilligant can like put it in range of close combat, and for Chenpao, which is basically the main thing I'm going for here, because like the end game is still looking good for Hisui and Lilligant. So I'm gonna go for discharge, and I believe I just keep clicking discharge at this point, because right now he did toxic my Electros, so its usefulness is pretty much gone. And the minute Electros goes down here, I can just bring out either my Chenpao or even my Scarf Chomp and click Earthquake. But the problem is there is still the Landorus to worry about, and the Landorus is the one, I think it's one of his 2 months I could that get terrestrialized aside from the Skunk Tank. So I do have to discharge power here on the Skunk Tank this time, but I also did get enough damage off to ensure that any mon I go out into is going to knock out the Skunk Tank. So what I'm going to end up doing here is I'm going to end up giving the kill to my Chenpao here, and not to want to risk anything major. I am just going to go straight for the Ice Spinner. It just felt like the overall safest play. Like, I am going to take Aftermath Chip, but at the same time I just wanted to ensure that I knocked out the Skunk Tank, and I didn't want to risk Ice Shard not doing the trick, because Skunk Tank is fairly bulky, and I didn't want to risk it just for the sake of it. And I didn't mind losing 25% if it's just to ensure that the Skunk Tank is going to drop here. So we're going to Ice Spinner here, take out the Skunk Tank. And here I still feel like I'm in a pretty good spot here, because I outspeed everything. Like, unless he's like Booster Energy Iron Leaves, which I didn't think he was at this point in time. So if he goes out into Inteleon, I know it's not Scarf because he did switch up moves. He goes into Iron Leaves now. He does reveal he's Booster Energy Speed. And here's the problem where I don't, he outspeeds me now, and I don't want to die to like a close combat or a Sacred Sword or whatever, and Ice Shard doesn't kill this thing from full HP. It would have if I did get up an SD, but since that wasn't the case, I didn't want to like take any chances and like Ice Shard and then die for no reason and lose my way of like dealing with the Landorus of the Inteleon. So I'm going to swap out here. I am just going to go and then go straight into my Garchomp, just to like sack that thing off. And he's going to reveal Psychic Terrain, which threw me off. Like, it literally, I wasn't expecting Psychic Terrain whatsoever, but it made sense just considering the fact that he was able to deter my my priority with the Chenpao. So just in case I went for Sucker Punch, which I didn't even have. So I am going to drop to a Psyblade here. And yeah, my only real way of bouncing back into this game, my Cinderace is poisoned and has a Toxic Orb, so it's going to die to rocks plus whatever attack this Lee's going to go into. So I'm forced to go out into my Lilligant here. I'm forced to Terra, and I have to hope that I hit a, I don't miss Terra Blast. That's pretty much the only thing I have going for me at this point, because if I do miss Terra Blast, I am actually going to end up losing this game, because there's enough turns for Psychic Terrain to be up to, there's going to be at least like 1 or 2 turns left Psychic Terrain up if I do miss my Terra Blast. So I'm going to be forced to Terra here, Terrestrialize into a Ghost type. And yeah, I also have to hope that I don't drop to Psychic Terrain boosted Stab Psyblade as well. So he goes for Psyblade. We are going to live it. We do land the Terra Blast, and we're going to take out the Iron Leaves here. So yeah, really cool set. Definitely wasn't expecting Psychic Terrain, but like I said, it made sense for the Chenpao priority shenanigans. So he's gonna go out into his Inteleon now, since I didn't get up a Victory Dance boost, and even if I did, Iron Leaves still outsped me. So I'm just going to. He's going to go on to his Inteleon. I'm going to sack off my Cinderace here, because I still need my Lilligant to, at the very least, give me a way of a backup response to Landorus, and I needed Lilligant and Chenpao more than I needed Cinderace. Cinderace's job is done here. It does nothing else for the rest of this game. So we're just going to sack it off here, take the Stealth Rock damage. We drop to the Snipe Shot. So our Cinderace is going to go down. Crit didn't matter. But it does allow me to get the free switch back into Chenpao, because I know this thing is not choiced. not Choice Scarf. So back out comes Chen Pao. I'm just going to go straight for the crunch here. And we're going to knock out the Inteleon with the crunch. And then all he has left now is this Landorus, which is going to drop, or so I thought, but I ended up making a misplay in this game, because like I said in the team builder, I'm expecting to be Terra fighting with like Brick Break or Terra Blast, whatever, but at the last second, my dumb self, I told my dumb self he's going to be Terra Water, so let's crunch again. So that's what ends up happening. We are going to crunch the Landorus. It's going to live on 66 HP. I am going to get a Brick Break to the face and drop here. So yeah, I pretty much threw away a point in differential there. So now it's going to come down to Hisui and Lilligant again, not missing a Terra Blast against this thing. But even though this Landorus is burnt, I still have to respect the crap out of it because it is still a strong. It's still a strong Pokemon. So yeah. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to click Synthesis only just to see if I'm able to like take. I want to take this Earthquake, take another one, and just give myself the best possibility to. I basically want to at the very ensure that I have like 2 chances to go for Terra Blast if I do miss one. But fortunately, we do not miss the Terra Blast here, so we're going to knock out this Landorus, and we're going to pick up a 1-0 win over the LA Infernapes. So yeah, GG to KingSosa. Again, I apologize that the video did get cut out, but yeah. This was a fun one for sure, and yeah, hopefully it doesn't happen again in the future. So again, thanks so much to KingSosa for giving me a side of the battle to record over, and yeah, this one, hopefully this doesn't happen again in the future. But yeah, this was a fun game. Hope you guys enjoyed the battle nonetheless. If you did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until the next time, this is Tone, signing out for now. Peace out.